So I'm here with Rachel. She's from a short film, All There Is.
It's a feature documentary.
Feature documentary, All There Is. Yeah. And congratulations and welcome.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
I appreciate it, Steve.
So just a brief background to what this story is about, and we can go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. So it is based in New York City, and I travel also to Portland, Oregon, and Montana during the piece. And it is an experimental documentary based on the simple themes of simplicity of the moment, but illuminating it in a new way.
You said that so well. It's almost like you rehearsed that so far. Have you actually?
No, people have asked me, so I've tried to find a concise way to say it. But it also incorporates themes of love as well, and friendships, family, strangers, even possessions, passions. I kind of incorporate all of that in a way.
So the film's come back to me now, of course. Yeah, now because I imagine I see lots of films, but now I'm exactly talking about.
Oh yes.
Experimental. So how did that part of it come? Because it's a little bit off the wall. And what's the story behind the story? If that kind of makes sense.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. It's an interesting story. It kind of happened on accident. In a way, I was going through a lot of things in my life at that time, as we all do when we make art, and I picked up a camera and I just started filming.
So had you made anything before this? Had you been involved in any kind of film at all?
No. I'm an actress mainly. Right. So I went to acting school. I acted in New York for a while, a couple of films and plays.
Oh, right. So you had been involved, but not behind the camera.
Not behind the camera.
Right. Okay.
Exactly. And so this kind of happened I was experiencing a lot of new revelations within my philosophy and my beliefs in life, and I tried to incorporate that as well. And I want people to watch it and connect, see themselves in it. You know, that's my main goal. So
you kind of, in a way, with this one, I don't want to say bearing your soul, but I suppose, but with things with documentaries, often when they're quite personal, and whatever that personal side is to it, there is a part of soul bearing to it. I mean, it could be about love or divorce or, I don't know, riding the Tour de France, whatever it is. But you see the point. But there's often, it can be deeply personal, but I'm guessing, so the question I'm kind of trying to ask is, you obviously went with your eyes fully open and knew that may come into it. Although I know you could obviously cut things out in edit. Right. But even so, you still got to kind of deal with that. And was there like a stop point with that? Did you, or should I say, at any point did you think, no, I don't know, maybe I don't want to do this for this particular reason?
Yes.
How did you get over that? Yeah.
Yes, there were many times like that actually. My goal was to be openly honest about everything in my life and my friend's life, and I kind of filmed everything, everywhere I went. So it was almost like a time capsule in a way. And so there were times where I was like, this is a lot. This is a lot to reveal to strangers, because it's not only acting, it's my life, it's real. And even things that I necessarily wouldn't want other people to know, I had to kind of bite the bullet and show that this is what I want to be doing, this is what I want to convey, and the message is more important than my ego, so, you know.
Yeah, but even so, I mean, even actors and actresses, I'd imagine a lot of them will balk at that.
Right.
You know, because I know that you are, if you're acting, then you can obviously perform, but that's a lot different to bearing your soul on screen, isn't it?
Exactly. It's like
a lot of people just wouldn't do it. Yeah, so I guess what I'm getting at.
Yeah, and I was trying to go past that almost for myself. It was a challenge for myself as well. So, and the growth that happened throughout the film kind of arced in a way I did not expect, but was pleased with upon completion.
So at the end result, you're saying about cursing, was there a point when you got to F this, actually, when you finished it, did you ever hesitate? I know you said there were, but right at the end, when you finished it, it's completely ready to go, you've got to push the button at some point, you've got to upload it somewhere.
Yes.
Did you,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Because once it's out there, isn't it?
Right, it's out there for everyone to see, and normally I'm a very open person with about everything, and this was more difficult than I expected, but I'm very happy it happened, and I hope people will see it and will recognize themselves in a deeper way than they haven't in the past. For maybe a subtle moment, it could be anything, but I tried to be open to whatever I saw in front of me and not judge it, just trust the process and my intuition mainly.
No, I think that's to be lauded, because my belief is that human beings are by nature, in general, guarded.
Yeah.
You know, because you're not necessarily going to know. There's lots of things that people don't want you to know about, isn't there? But,
Yeah.
So it's quite unusual. I think most people just wouldn't want to expose themselves that way. And I just wonder how you deal with other people, because I guess when you're talking to other people, do you automatically assume that most people are, this isn't trying to catch you out, I just wonder how you perceive other people, you know.
Yeah.
Do you always think most people are genuine, or do you think that, you can see what I'm going with?
Is this a direct question?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, well, I mean, I would like to think that's the case. I hope, and I generally think in certain communities it is more the case than others, depending on circumstance, like background, experience. But in general, I'd say a lot of people are searching, and I'm still searching, of course. Obviously, I'm 21 years old, but
God, to be that young, okay.
Seriously, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, but it's a lifelong journey to discover oneself. So in that way, no one has found themselves. But if you're talking about a genuine, just relatability, a comfortability, an honesty, in a social aspect, then I'd say yes. The most of people try to be their genuine selves and express that to the best of their ability.
Right. Yeah. And was this planned, or did it become a kind of catharsis?
It was catharsis, and it wasn't planned, but
has it become a catharsis as well? Right. Okay.
It has. Yes. But initially it was just an experiment. I was just experimenting. And it wasn't honestly until it was finished that I realized what it was, if that makes any sense. And that might be confusing, because like, typically you'd think you need to have some sort of point you're going towards. And I had a vague idea, but it's kind of interesting how it unfolded for me. I didn't really decide anything for it.
Because I kind of get the impression that you wanted to make the film. God, this sounds really patronising, I don't mean to, but you weren't quite sure what the net result would be.
It's true.
You may have had a kind of plan, but
right.
Or maybe a better way to put it is the ending anywhere near how you'd imagined it to be? Or the ending, I don't mean the ending of the film, I mean they're still in the round.
No, it isn't. Because it's almost like, I'm not a psychic, I had no idea what was going to happen in life, and life was what I was trying to capture. Like day-to-day simple moments, just the moment exactly as it is. And that kind of incorporates my philosophical ideas, spiritual, if you would. And I've had a lot of revelations in regards to that the past year too. And I've found that in the moment, that's where my peace is.
Right, okay. And
exploring your five senses in the moment, sight, sound, texture, taste, everything at once. If you can encompass that and embody that, that is true presence and power in life. And you have so many more options if you're truly present. So many more choices you can make, and if you're not in your head, you know, like, oh, this person said this to me, oh, what did I have for lunch? And then you go off and you miss things. The moment is all you have.
And I know you said you wanted it to be like a kind of like a diary of your life, but did you have a shooting plan? I'm not saying you storyboarded, I'm sure you didn't.
No.
But to even say, did you have kind of a rough guide of how you're going to do this? Because I can't imagine you saw one day said, I'm going to film everything. Well, I don't know, maybe you did, but I doubt it.
No, it kind of happened subtly. I watched Lady Gaga's documentary on Netflix,
right?
And that kind of natural honesty that was portrayed in that film.
Because I haven't seen it, but I know it's meant to be brilliant.
Oh,
because I do like her, and she's.
Yes, I didn't even really. I wasn't a big fan, honestly, beforehand. I mean, I liked her, but watching that documentary, I saw that she was genuine, and she tried her hardest. She is so dedicated, and not only about her, but the way the filmmaker chose to reveal her life was beautiful to me and so real and honest. And I kind of wanted to take the same type of theme, but apply it to my life, because that's the only life I have access to 24/7.
But did you have any kind of boundaries, or not really? Did you try and avoid that at all costs? I'm not saying you're going to put literally everything you do in there.
Not everything, of course.
No, there's things. There are boundaries, of course.
Right, there are boundaries, of course.
Yeah.
There are leadings into what you're about to know is going to happen. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
But then it cuts.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. That you can't expose. Of course, you can't expose everything, but
right.
You've got to, I suppose, go as far as you can and hold back as little as possible. Some things you can't show, but again, it gets back to this intrigue about most people just would not. Way would I do that?
Yeah.
There's no way I would do that, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a kind of. Do you know? I think. I'm choosing my words really carefully, but I often feel that women are so much better at doing something like this than guys are. I think guys are more. I don't know. I'm saying this very badly. I just think guys are really. And this is to be applauded, by the way, to be honest, because I think, it's not, and it's an absolute positive. It's just there's something that this sort of it might be the steel or the drive that women seem to have in general more than men, which is a good thing. It's a really good thing, because I doubt if how many guys could really do that kind of documentary exposure, because I'm sure there are, but I guess if you used to get 1,000 men and 1,000, I strongly suspect it's more likely to be women. I don't know what it is, and I don't know why they can do that, but I think women just are really good at dealing with that.
That's interesting you say that.
I mean, I might be wrong,
yeah,
but I think so.
Right, that's an interesting perspective. Yeah, I do like that. And most of the contents, the featured people in the documentary are female. I didn't just realize that until now.
Oh, right, that's interesting.
It is interesting. I have, of course, a few males. I didn't try to make it just female, but that's how it turned out, of course.
I wonder what the ratio is.
It's
off the top of your head. I mean, you can't.
Yeah, off the top of my head, approximately 8 women to 2 men.
Wow, that is a massive difference. And it's just the way that
1 to 4.
That's interesting. So, is that? We're kind of going off piece here, but would you have approached the same amount of people, but it just ended up that women were more open about it?
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily think that's the case. I think, yes, actually. Because when I was filming the men in general, they seemed more closed off.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
They didn't want to show their true selves. They were like, "Oh, a camera's in my face. I don't like this," And I wish they would open up more. But my best friend Salome from New York, she's in it secondarily a lot, and she is beautiful because she just opened herself. She forgot it was there, and that's what was so beautiful about it. And I wanted more people to do that. But that's all right, because I met them where they were, and that's their truth in the moment. So that's also beautiful in a way, because it's like people could relate to that. Be like, I understand. I hate a camera in my face. I've been through what you're talking about specifically, and my thought process was the same. I just think that's a beautiful thing about a documentary, is how it can reveal that in a new, fresh, very multi-dimensional way, other than feature films.
Like a narrative film.
Like a narrative film,
right.
Yeah. And I love narrative film to pieces. It's my one true love as well. But it's a different medium, different things will be shown in different.
So if someone said to you right now, look, tell you what I'll do here, I'll give you, not a pile of money, I'll give you some money, I'll give you the camera equipment. What I'd like to do is for you to go away and make another film, not like a sequel, but what's happened since.
Oh.
Or would it be a case of, actually, I've done that, I really don't want to do it again? Because it's done what I hoped it would do.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I feel like for what it was, it's just what it is. And I feel like doing a second would kind of almost, not defeat the purpose, but it could add to it, because life is always changing.
Yeah.
But I believe that that's
and would it be diminishing returns? I don't know.
Right.
Just, often they say you make something and then you go to make something else associated, but the joy that you got with that, it may disappear.
Right. I feel like, that's a good point. It probably would. Hypothetically, if that were to happen, someone's like, here's the camera, do it, then yes. But since this is a hypothetical question, then I will spend my time, I feel, on other projects from now on, simply, unless there was a need for that in the future.
And how much footage did you actually
so much.
I don't mean that in a sense of because there were bits you didn't want people to know, but more case because you had so much, you've got to make the decision, haven't you?
Yes,
and
exactly.
I guess you had, instead of an 80 or 90 minute film, you may have ended up with a 4-hour film. I don't know, but you've got to go through the edit process, and that must have been bloody tough.
Oh, it was. I tried to edit as I went, so it made it easier, because it was in the nature of the film. I didn't have a production schedule. It was just life. So it was easier to do it in that way. And I, of course, once I was completed, did multiple re-edits. But yeah, I had hours and hours and hours of footage. So many. I don't even know how many hours. So it was a process for sure.
And how long did that process actually take?
The whole film?
Yeah, to actually edit down.
Surprisingly, like 4 months.
4 months.
I know. It was just a very quick process for the whole film.
See, that's incredible. That sounds like a long time, but I know it isn't.
Oh, really?
No, I know it isn't.
Yes.
I know actually that
but
it's not.
It is a long time, but not for film. Usually it takes much longer, I'm guessing, but yeah, for this process it was very different.
And would I be right in guessing, okay, you're promoting this is what you're about, but what's going on right now away from this? Do you have other things are you doing any acting or
Yes, so I lived in New York to go to acting school, moved back to Texas a few months ago to go to film school and get in-state tuition. So I've actually
Texan
never...
accent. And no Texan accent at all.
Thank you, acting school. Yeah, seriously, I can revert back if I'd like to. I can talk like this. If you're like, I mean, but no, it's not in me anymore. I tried to general American.
Okay.
Right.
So you're sorry. So you've gone back? Did you say to
Texas?
To Texas.
Right.
So and what is there anything coming? Are there any projects coming up?
Yes, there are actually. I've written several short films that I want to peruse to shoot over the summer and the next fall, potentially, because I'll be in school and have time to do that.
Now these are narratives, aren't they?
Narratives, yes.
Yeah.
And I have several documentary ideas too. So a lot to work on. I'm excited.
Okay, and if I can take you back to the very first time you showed this complete with a bunch of people.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so imagine the stomach is churning,
yes.
and the heart's racing away.
Yes.
First of all, you've got to show it, and then you've got to listen to their reaction. They've got to be honest. So can you give us an idea of how that went and what the reaction was and how you felt afterwards?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Was it joy or despair? Was it a mixed two?
Yes. So I was incredibly nervous, naturally, because I did not know how they would react to it. It was a first for me doing this, and I've never seen anything like what I did either, so I had no idea how people would take it, you know, because I've spent so much time editing, so it's almost like the footage blurred and I don't even know what it is anymore at a certain point. And so I was just interested at first to see their reactions, and I was sitting there watching, and everyone was watching. They seemed to enjoy it, and I was like, okay, all right, this is all right. I think it's good. I was like, hopefully. And then by the end, their responses were unique and unexpected to what I had thought. They had new takes on it that I didn't even see. So I think that's a beautiful part of art, is how other people can see it in new ways. Even your piece.
Well, no, but was it, I guess what I'm trying to ask is, was it the reaction you were hoping for? Was it better than the reaction you were hoping for?
Better than the reaction I was hoping for. I honestly didn't, I kind of hate that I did, but I had low expectations on their reaction just because it's my first feature film I've ever created before, feature documentary. So it's a huge feat, and I don't have technical training yet, so there's a lot of unknowns, but I just trusted myself and went with it, and I enjoy the process more than anything. So that was what was important to me, is to know that, you know, it's not wasted no matter what. And I would love for people to connect with it. I want people to be able to have an experience and, you know, trust themselves more or engage with themselves more from seeing it. And that's what I want more than anything. But if that weren't to happen, it would be less of a disappointment and more of just like, okay, try again next time. Yeah.
Brilliant. Listen, thank you so much.
Thank
that was
you
wonderful.
So much.
And,